Oh my God!
In a world where anything and everything happens, security cameras have been doing a good job of capturing these spontaneous moments that blow our minds. From bizarre encounters to downright unbelievable incidents, our trusty security cameras have caught it all. Some of these jaw-dropping moments will leave you shaking your head, laughing out loud, and questioning the sanity of the universe. So join us for an amazing time as we catch a glimpse of 50 incredible moments captured by security cameras. Number 50. Man's best friend. We can all agree that dogs are man's best friend, but do these animals actually take the friendship too far sometimes? In this clip, a man has a dog to contend with, and his reaction will leave you rolling on the floor. But just when you would think that you've seen it all, the next clip will have you laughing even harder. Number 49. The phone needed some cleansing. When you're doing the dishes and your mind wanders, you just may grab your cell phone and give it a good washing as well. But when your senses take a stroll back, you realize that you've messed up. Number 48. Watch out. I guess a lot just happens around the workplace, and if not for cameras, we may never get to see it. This clip shows an ouch moment when a woman was set up by a coworker. Now, the next time that you're at work, be on the lookout for the broom. That's a free tip, and you're welcome. Number 47. Car versus dog. A drifting car is nothing out of the ordinary, and it may not grab your attention, but when you look further to see a dog doing the same as if it's mimicking the car, it all becomes astonishing. His dog friends found it interesting as well. Number 46. 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. I've heard things about taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, but this clip shows what it really looks like. The dog climbs up the stairs rather swiftly, but things get hilarious when it looks like the popular adage catches its leg. And this time, it didn't take 3 steps back. You can count about 10. Number 45. Sorry Man. This footage shows a man carrying 2 paint buckets, but the unexpected takes place when he loses balance. Before he can even react, gravity did its thing, and the white paint found its way to the ground. Now, that wasn't too funny if you ask me. You could see the distress in his eyes, and it all ends up bad for him. Number 44. Mind the glass. A camera captured this funny moment when a guy ran into a glass entrance. You could hear his head ringing out loud. While that looks like the worst thing you could ever see, this delivery guy's encounter had me wondering if glass doors are really worth the hype. Number 43. When it all goes wrong. This swimmer must have thought that it was time to show off some swimming skills. You could see her wiggling her body as she walked with so much pride. However, it looked like the stars didn't align, and the show ended in a funny fall. Or maybe this is a funnier fall. Oh, she thought that was a lawn. A life is full of surprises, I guess. Number 42. What's he doing? When you didn't know there was a camera around and you decided to listen to the disruptive thoughts in your head, this is what happens. I hope that he was able to defend himself when he found out that the security camera had washed his dirty linen in public. Number 41. Flood on board. This clip will have you looking for the appropriate reaction. We see a guy on an elevator, and everything seems to be going smoothly until the door opens. Now the poor guy finds out that he may need a boat, or at least a way to get rid of the filthy water that's flowing into the elevator. Either way, the flood caught him unaware. Number 40. Cell phone soup. This footage captured in a restaurant shows a guy who sat opposite of a woman with a bowl of soup, and it looks like everything was going perfect and that nothing could go wrong. But in the twinkling of an eye, the unexpected happens, and we don't even know what to think. Now, I can't tell who felt the most heat. What would you do if you were on either side of the table? Let me know about it in the comments section down below. Number 39. Mini earthquake. Imagine leaving your home in a clean and perfect state only to come back to broken tiles and a disorganized space. At first, you could swear there was an intruder, But after seeing the footage, you find out it was one of Mother Nature's mishaps, that being a miniature earthquake. Number 39. Cake down the drain. This next clip is one of those workplace moments that will have you looking for the right reaction. A guy is seen trying to lift a cake, and everything seems to be going well until that cake slips off the tray and falls right into the sink. His coworker may have a better reaction to the situation, which was to walk away. Number 38. Saving the day. The pizza shop should be grateful for having this guy whose tennis skills came in handy, as he saved a pizza that was doomed to fall off the pan. He obviously had something that cake guy didn't have. I think it's good how the guy saved the day and moved on like nothing happened. He must have felt like a superhero for a second. Number 37. Iron Man. Unlike the guys we saw in the previous glass door saga, this one actually had some respect for the glass and he was extra careful. However, the care wasn't enough, and before he knew it, the door developed a mind of its own and crashed into pieces even as he held it in his hands. You could see the shock on his face, as though he didn't know what had just happened, and I was dumbfounded on his behalf as well. I mean, if not for the CCTV camera, how could you even explain it? Number 36. Surfing board. She returns home from a good surf and she's so excited that she forgets to unmount the surfing board from her car roof before trying to drive into the garage. She must have thought that her garage became lower by a few inches, and that would explain why she still didn't get a clue even after her car got stuck. Number 35. Grandpa tumbles. This clip shows an old man who walked into the garden to sit with his granddaughter, but this didn't last long as you would imagine. Blame it on the small stool or his sense of balance, Grandpa tumbled and fell off before he knew what was up. Number 34. Think you're having a bad day? This woman slipped off the stairs and the driver rushed out of her car to help, but then he slips as well. Just when you think it couldn't get worse, the car joins in on the horror show. So remember, whenever you feel like Alexander in the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, just remember these people who seem to fit more perfectly into the picture. Number 33. Look behind you. One of the pros of taking a lakeside selfie video with a huge fish you just caught is that you may see a crocodile lurking behind and getting ready to pounce on you. Trust me, the guy in this clip will never forget how the camera saved his life. Number 32. Dogs do the funniest things. This guy came home and found a dog turning his room upside down. The dog's reaction is quite hilarious. Maybe it's not comical though. What would you say to a dog that plays an instrument and sings along? Well, it's not that deep, but it looks like it. The dog gives an electrifying musical performance while his friends watch in utter bewilderment. Call it a dog concert or a comedy show. Number 31. Family of frogs. You would think that your loo is just a place for convenience until you find out that your water closet may be a village for frogs. Oh, just imagine paying taxes and water bills all these years, only to find out that you've had co-tenants doing the hanky-panky and living rent-free in your water tank. Number 30. Sinking houses. This next clip shows something that is out of the ordinary. The explosions seem unnatural, and in the twinkling of an eye, the huge buildings crash and turn to dust. Now, there's no point in pretending like I'm really sure of what happened. I mean, it just looks like so many things to me. What do you think could have caused such a tragic occurrence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 29. How did a car get there? Just when you would think that things couldn't be more absurd, we see a car hanging on a tree trunk, and I can't help but wonder how it got there. Number 28. When the tag acts up. You can buy a new designer wear and decide to keep the tag. I've got no problem with that, but just know that your clothing tags may haunt you in the night, just like these did to him. Isn't it hilarious? I mean, how would you feel if you found out that you'd been freaking out over a clothing tag that you refused to let go of? Number 27. A nice catch. When the stars align, even the odd things seem to fall into place, just as we see in this clip. A lost pair of tires are rolling on the street, and just like someone shot them into the air, they land right inside the trunk of a moving car. Number 26. Low-budget James Bond. This guy must have seen a lot of James Bond movies, and he probably forgot that the camera was on him, and that's when he busted some epic moves. Just like the other guy, this one decided to test the skills of the mannequin. And I doubt if James Bond really knows that he has these two loyal disciples who are trying their best. Number 25. All work and no play. Now we say things about all work and no play, and these ladies take it to a whole new level when they burst out some dance moves in the middle of work. They must have been so concerned about having fun that they forgot there were cameras around. Number 24. Michael Jordan has nothing on them. These two little boys have some reverse dunking skills that would make Michael Jordan shiver. They both dunked their basketballs in reverse, and surprisingly, they didn't miss. He even did this while standing on the tip of a ladder with a mask on, which is impressive. Number 23. Perfect coincidence. The universe smiled on that bus, and the wind responded accordingly. The tent moved magically and stopped right over the bus. And if you ask me, I would say it was too perfect to be called a coincidence. Number 22. Swiftest catcher. In another perfect coincidence, we see the swiftest man in history. The girl in this clip was about to be hit by a falling frame, but the smart man was able to save the day. His reflex is so strong, and even the girl is shocked. Number 21. Nothing is to be trusted. It looks like the guy's instinct told him that there was something wrong with the chair, but he probably felt that nothing could go bad. However, as soon as he sat on the chair, he knew who was boss, and he tumbled over most unexpectedly. Number 20. Little Michael Jackson. With surveillance cameras looking at you everywhere you turn, the most unlikely places can become a world-class dance stage, and this little boy understands that. I think this is the little boy's big sister. Oh, and I guess she would fit into the role of their mom. Number 19. Monkey soulmate. Why search for a soulmate when a monkey can be your unwavering best friend and even pick your hair? This clip shows a guy at a zoo, and it looks like he just found his best friend in a monkey. Number 18. Fake a shock to live. This man is fixing an electric bulb, and his wife suddenly picks up his phone. Now, if you get the drill, you'll understand why he had to fake an electric shock just so the woman would drop his phone. Number 17. Wedding pictures gone wrong. In this clip, we see two newlyweds posing for some pictures in front of a car, but the unexpected happens when that car suddenly zooms off, dragging the wife's dress. Number 16. Merry-go-round. If bikes were gallopers, I would say that this one was part of a carousel in its previous lives, because that would explain why it spins like a merry-go-round and refuses to be controlled. Number 15. No one's gonna budge. This hilarious moment shows two men at a loggerhead. The two guys were driving and none would allow the others to go first. It soon became a heated drama. History has it that these two guys are still on that spot even to this day. Number 14. Thanks to the camera. Imagine that you pack your expensive Challenger and you come back to see highly conspicuous scratches on it. However, to your amusement, you found that it was the work of a crow. Now, the more I think about it, it gets even more funny. Who knows if that crow was just playing with its reflection on the car? I mean, just think about it. Number 13. Ninja with a hose. This guy got a job at a car wash, but it looks like his major ambition is in becoming a ninja or a samurai. And in this clip, he decided to practice with what he had at the moment, being a hose. Number 12. Battle with the gates. In a battle between a man and the gates, it looks like the guy would remain at the gate until the next decade if nobody came to help him. Number 11. Crazy innovations. Now, I'm sure we can all agree that science has made our daily lives better with a lot of innovative ideas. However, some humans conceive some kind of ideas that are so weird that they make everyone marvel. For example, this car looks perfect until you find out that it's only running on 3 wheels. But wait, you won't understand how mind-boggling it is until you see what serves as the fourth wheel. Now, I'll leave it to you to decide if it's a better invention or not. Number 10. Big Fat Lies. This girl is taking a picture with an expensive car, which is obviously not hers, but thanks to the camera behind her, we get to see how she's cooking up the big fat lie. Another girl is also seen doing almost the same thing, and I couldn't hold my laughter when I saw how she jerked off as soon as the engine started. Number 9. A bigger lie. Just like in the previous clips, we see a lady standing by a car, and using the car as a mirror, she added some props to her body, but unknown to her, she was being recorded by someone inside the car. Trust me, that's the most embarrassing clip I've seen in a while. You can bet that she wouldn't even try to do all that if she knew that someone was in the car. Number 8. Borrowed. This footage shows a lady walking across the street, and it looks like she borrowed her gown and shoes from somewhere else. I mean, those shoes are oversized, and that would explain why she's walking like that. I hope she doesn't fall before she thinks of returning those shoes. Number 7. A lucky, unlucky day. In this clip, a passerby called the driver's attention while he was taking around a bend, and as soon as he exited from his car, what happened next will shock you. Well, I just don't know what to expect from these spontaneous moments, and sometimes luck may be hidden between sheets of misfortune. I mean, the guy lost his car most unexpectedly, and in a very weird way, but luckily, he lived to tell the story. Just like the guy in this clip. Number 6. That was close. Some moments have your heart rate on a high, just like this one, and that was so close. I didn't think the bike man would come out without a scratch, and that's a pleasant surprise now, isn't it? Number 5. Woman of Steel. As the times change, we begin to see more and more women who lift heavy weights. However, this clip is a rare find. A lady lifting weights and squatting on one leg while in high-heeled shoes is not something you see all the time. Number 4. Did they help? These children are scraping ice off of their father's car with a shovel. I guess they just want to help. Number 3. Silly dog. This dog holds its tail between its teeth and is walking in such a funny way, I can't help but think it's possessed by something. Number 2. What do we call this bird? Next time you feel like leaving your car windows open, remember, this bird may just grab a few dollars from you. Number 1. Shocked. The cat listens to the disruptive thoughts in its head, but the little guy is not prepared for the consequences of its actions. That brings us to the close of these 50 security camera moments, reminding us that life's absurdity knows no boundaries. Have any of these clips grabbed your attention? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And the next time that you're near a security camera, remember, give your best performance, because you may just end up the star in the next hilarious and incredible moment on YouTube. Thanks for watching. See you next time.